Okay. Happy Saturday, everyone. Your semi-friendly neighborhood guy here. Gonna be making some Texas hash tonight, as requested by King John. John. And I hope, we'll see if he's here tonight or not. And what else? I made a little typo on the side dish with the cheese. I put deep fried cheese, and that's not what I meant. It was just right type. My fingers were typing the wrong word. So that's going to be a baked cheese, and you'll see. So, and then we got chocolate pie for dessert. Yum. I know I didn't do a just desserts Friday, but I'll make hopefully a decorated top to make to kind of make up for it. Anybody in the room?
Carol.
Hi, Carol. How are you? Down the road? Is it a nice day at your house? It's pretty nice out here. A little cloudy, but well, our lilacs, they just were in full bloom this year. It was really a good year for them. A lot of times in the spring, when the blossoms are starting to form, we'll get a freeze that gets down to 29 or below, and that's what messes with the flowers. It'll kill them. So, there's been several years where, we've got, some flowers, but, every so often we don't get that hard freeze in the early spring, and you end up with a really, big full, lilac bush, and they're all that way. So the air around here smells pretty good.
Debbie Lee's here.
Hi, Debbie. How are you?
Good afternoon, friends, she says.
Well, good afternoon to you as well. I hope everything is going good at your house, and you got spring flowers and all that fun stuff. I was just talking about our lilacs out here. These bushes are, close to 30 feet, 20 feet. And so they look more like a lilac tree. Super full this year. And so were the cherry trees. The cherry trees were just absolutely stuffed with blossoms, and they made it too. So that means we should have a bunch of cherries. Yeah, that's what we're hoping for.
And Carol says it's okay about not having a Friday night stream.
Oh, okay, thank you. Yes, well, yeah. I thought, really, it's, I could have made one, but it would only been maybe like 35 minutes or less. It doesn't take me long to make a crust, put it in the oven, and while the crust is baking, make the chocolate pudding to go in. It just, so I just figured, not worth it. If I was making a cake or something like that, well, it takes a little bit longer. Not really, I guess, because I don't ever hang around for it to bake. I'll mix it up and put it in the pan. Although it can be entertaining, like the peanut butter cupcakes last time. And I don't know if I told you what happened. I guess that was it wasn't on a Friday night, it was on a Saturday. And I thought I could make them. And if you were here, you recall that the first ones just caved in, and they weren't good at all. So I made some other ones and put less in the cups, so I mean, they really fell. I mean, it was just like a little banana cup and a banana cake cookie or something. So we didn't mess with them on the stream, and then after the stream, I thought we would try one, and the paper, you couldn't pull it off. It was just like fused to the to the banana, or to the peanut butter. So it wasn't. None of that got ate.
Ralph, sure.
Hey Ralph, happy Sunday there in the extra future. Yes, it's starting to get on the turn weather there. As our summer starts, their winter begins. I still have a hard time, kind of grasping that. Not really. I don't know why Anyway, we're making hash. Just kidding, guys. Fooling around. We got a little time, so this isn't going to take terribly long to put together. After I looked at it, it's really nothing much different than making a stuffing for stuffed bell peppers, really. It's not going to take long, so that's okay. Well, I'll mess around for a few minutes, and I'm in a pretty good mood, so why not? Got my project done on the garage. Oh, and got news from the guy that did the stucco for our house. At the time he did it, our garage and our house, there was a separation about that wide for a gate to put in coal to the old coal chute. And since we're not using that anymore, I put a wall there, and I've been wanting to get it stuccoed to match the rest of the house. And but he's a busy guy. He gets these contracts where he's busy for months at a time, and he's finally going to be able to come down and get it done. So I'm looking forward to that. A project to get done that I don't have to actually physically do. So.
So Ralph says, yep, it's a cold, wet, windy day today. And I've just sat down with my bowl of muesli and coffee.
Oh, nice. Well, enjoy that. I guess I'll go ahead and cut up some onions here. I'm just making like a half a batch. Most of the recipes that I looked at called for a pound of ground beef. Well, it's just me and Mrs. Old Guy, and when we have burger, we usually have about a half a pound at a time. So there was once upon a time I would eat that pound myself. A little bit of green pepper.
So Char message.
Oh, yes. Hi, Doug. Hi, Char. Where's my manners?
She says, keeping it simple today, fixing hamburgers with lettuce, tomato, and red onion, along with chips and some queso onion.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
It does.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with burgers. We eat our share of them.
Yep.
That's okay. I don't mind. Sometimes I'll make them a little bit different, like mix in some taco seasoning and make the burger patties that way. And then, maybe make some guacamole or something like that. Some salsa, then lettuce and tomato on there, like a taco burger. They're delicious. I don't try to say things like a steak burger. Nope. If that was. You might say, well, I made this burger out of steak, but I wouldn't say it's a steak burger. Because that kind of contradicts it. It's a contradiction in terms, is what it is. And I'm just going to come right out and say it.
So Ralph wants to know where you found the square green pepper. He has only seen them around it.
Square green pepper. Well, just got it at our local grocery. It wasn't actually square. It may have looked that way, but it's it's pretty round. It's just, I don't know. Found it at the grocery. Actually, we got the Square Produce store down the street. You can go in there and buy yourself some square tomatoes and things like that. Even the square corn on the cob. Okay. I'm just kidding you, Ralph. All right, let's toss in half a pound of boyga. Roughly.
New Image Landscapes here.
I'm sorry, what's that?
New Image Landscape.
New Image Landscape. Happy Saturday. We're making Texas hash. Yeehaw! I got some green bell pepper, and some onion chopped up, and a half a pound of burger. In here, I've watched Justin Wilson.
Loved him.
What's that?
He was funny. I loved him.
Yeah, he was fun to watch, definitely. Alright. So I had intentions of doing this outside today. Have another live stream outside, but I wanted to cook this in my Dutch oven on the campfire, or not campfire, but a fire of don't you laugh at me. Oh boy, fire of some cherry wood. Anyway, I can't find it. I don't know where I put it. It's been a super long time. So what the heck. So if the weather permits, we'll do it outside next week when we're doing, what's it called again?
Spidey's. New York Spidey's.
New York Spidey's, yeah. Sandwich.
Yeah.
It's basically a sandwich made out of chicken kebab meat. And I thought, well, perfect. That worked out just great.
Yeah. Hopefully the weather will allow.
Yep. We'll see. It can be tricky here. I've seen it say 100% chance of rain at the hour I'm looking. And there's absolutely nothing going on. And then I've seen it's a 1% chance and have it just start dumping down. So I trust the weather when I actually see it. I gotta let that cook. Isn't that weird? You gotta let it get cooked first. Silly me. Making something I have to cook. So I'll be on to my new project. I finished up what I was doing on the garage and just kind of goofed around for a few days. We took a ride kind of up onto the Grand Mesa a few days ago. That was real nice.
Yeah.
Dogs loved it. They got to get out and walk around a couple different places. It's very nice.
Steve's are
Hi, Steve. Happy Saturday. Hope everything's going good for you. It's going good here. Just talking about taking a couple of days and goofing around. Nothing much of anything. Got this Texas hash going, which is just some onions, bell pepper, and some ground beef so far. I suppose I should start adding some seasoning. It'll happen. So what else is there? All you guys having? I know Ralph, you're having your cereal, and because it's morning, that makes sense. My brother's having burgers,
yeah.
so we're having Texas hash. How about you guys? What's on your menu?
Steve says he's doing okay. Just a lazy evening for him tonight. I hope all is well with you guys.
Yeah, things are doing okay. Loving the fact that it's springtime, and I just, I don't appreciate the cold like I used to. So I'm always happy to see the warm weather come along.
Steve's out having Italian sub rolls.
Italian sub rolls, yum. That sounds really good.
Ralph said his mom made that his breakfast for him and it took him yummy.
Awesome. Well, hi, Mom. If you're watching. Yeah. Smells good. All it is the meat, pepper, and onion.
Yep.
It's got it's got that food smell to it. Did I finish my other water? I guess I did. Any gardeners out there? Guys do any gardening? Grow some vegetables? I know my brother and Shar, they grow tomatoes and jalapenos and stuff like that. How about you guys? We don't. We try to garden here. Between the wild critters like the chipmunks and the squirrels, the soil here is just not that great. So I can barely get grass to grow. We've tried to garden here several times. We grew potatoes a couple of years.
Yep.
Yeah, they look beautiful. I mean, these nice big plants. And went to pull up our potatoes, right? We were getting potatoes about the size of my thumbnail. Little bitty, I think the biggest one might have been about as half as big as my thumb. That was a little frustrating. All right. Now this is one of the reasons why this pan is a little awkward to use. Turn that down. It's because of this handle. Alright, it's going to drain out some of this fat. Polly's chasing rabbits in her dreams. Where we take them for a walk, there is a fairly large population of rabbits. So about every 7 times we walk them up there. So like once a week, she'll see a rabbit and try to catch it, but there's just no way possible. All right.
Ralph says that they have a huge section of garden that belongs to more of the green thumb than I am. It's Feijoa, Feijoa. He's in here right now at the home.
There's the oven. I gotta put some garlic in here. Where did I put it? Okay, right there.
That's chumley.
Is it chumley?
Yes.
Here lately, we've taken our walk. There's an area where they gets to run around and play, and here lately he's really been wanting to play tug of war with his leash, and he can still stand me up. He'll pull hard enough to stand me up. He's such a good boy. Okay. That's it for the garlic. It's doing the working in that. Never mind. I got all this other crap I gotta put into it. Okay. Pull that off. So we're going to put in some white pepper. Yeah. White pepper. And a little kosher salt. A little kosher. A little Worcestershire Shire sauce, okay? And
Do you need to go outside?
this
There's
little
nobody out there, Paul.
yellow mustard. Teaspoon of chili powder. Come on. Alright. This handle is removable for the reason is that this can obviously just be put into an oven or a fire and can grab it out. This isn't new. This is, I'm not sure how old this thing is. They definitely don't make them like that. Alright. Gonna put in some crushed tomatoes. Wait a minute. Quarter cup of rice. Get that mixed in. Doing good. We'll see if it tastes any good. Alright, it's set to put in. Get rid of that before I cut myself on it. Okay, I'm not going to cut myself. So I want to measure out a cup of these tomatoes. Let's give this a good stir. Just to be on the safe side. I'm going to add a little water to that. Recipe don't necessarily call for it, but this particular can of tomatoes didn't have a lot of tomato juice in it, so I'm going to add some water. Okay. Throw the lid on it. I'm making too much noise. Alright. Seriously? Okay. Let me get this into the oven. Really? Well, let's see. If it ain't one thing, it's something else. Close this back up.
Joshua's here.
Hello, Joshua. Happy Saturday. Boy, I have got myself all backwards here. Alright. Now it'll fit in there. Boy, that was a lot harder than it needed to be. Back that over here. I got all this stuff into it. So I'm going to get this out of the way. That doesn't go up there. This does. Just so it's not in the way. Alright.
Josh wants to know how the weather is.
Nice. It's a little bit of a cooler day today. Maybe, what, low 60s? Something like that.
Yeah, somewhere in
It's a cooler day, but it's nice. A little bit of a breeze.
Yeah.
Yep. hummingbirds starting to gather. So, yeah, had to add another feeder outside, you know. So kind of keep it going. A few years back, we had 13 feeders out,
Quite a few.
and
We had a lot of birds.
oh yeah, we had a lot of birds. We were making over a gallon of sugar water every day for them. Every day.
Joshua says, awesome. It's in the 90s around here.
90s. Well, that's kind of toasty. That's kind of toasty. All right. Well, I guess I'm going to sit down. I got to grate up a little cheese here. Some of the recipes I looked at didn't call for cheese. Some did. So I guess it's just a preference. I decided I'll go ahead and put some cheese on it. Oh, that reminds me. Let me set a timer here. That way I'm not going to forget. I've been known to do that. Like I was saying, next weekend, weather permitting, we're going to go ahead and stream outside.
Yep.
And because I'm going to stream outside, there probably isn't going to be a vote for the dessert or the side. I guess I could try it and just see if I can run into 3 things that I think I could do out there.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, yeah, I don't know either. So we'll see about that. But if there's 3 choices up there, then I guess I figured something out. And if not, then I guess I didn't figure anything out, and that was the end of it. All right. I'm just going to grade up pretty much this whole thing, so might as well just sit here and do it, right?
Yeah.
However, see, I really don't kind of like this thing. Just because it can be kind of a pain in the butt to hang on to. I prefer the old box ones.
Yeah.
The last one I had, I kind of destroyed. Not from using it to grate cheese, but I stepped on it. And I know, how would you step on a cheese grater? Well, just don't worry about it. I did. Just live with that. All right. Ugh. Grate my knuckles. I thought about pulling out my little mechanical one. Grater. Would have grated this in like 3 seconds. And that'd have been it. But I don't always want to do stuff the easy way.
Ralph says I really like the graters with the handle that you turn.
Yeah, me too. That's just what I was talking about. It's like, sure makes a lot quicker work of it, but
Yeah.
I've got plenty of time. And this is definitely not that the handle one that you crank is that much more difficult to wash, but this is just the one thing, and since I've got the time, I might as well just sit here and grate it by myself. That's okay. doing it this way, taking it easy and so forth, you can pretty much get it all rather than going really fast and grade your knuckles. Because I've done that before.
Yeah.
Like have the cheese slip or break. That never is a good feeling. It never is. Yes, I'm going to break this and I'm just going to kind of do it in little sections like that. Is that all right with you?
Yep.
It is okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay with Mrs. Old Guy, folks. So we are on full throttle. Too bad this didn't make music too, huh? Strut. Oh, whatever he's playing, it sounds real cheesy. Okay.
Joshua says my grandma would say there is nothing wrong with using a little bit of elbow grease. Hello.
Nope. I keep a spare jar of elbow grease in the garage. We can't use too much. You don't want to go around with a greasy elbow. Nobody thinks that's attractive. Oh, look at old greasy elbow over there.
The cat.
Felix the cat. Welcome, Felix. He's been here before. It's been a little while. Well, welcome back. I hope everything is well. Happy Saturday or whatever day it is for you. And I say that just because we have folks that are in New Zealand and Australia, so some in the UK. So welcome. Just grating cheese here to put on top of the Texas casserole, Texas hash, which is in the oven. And some of this is going to be for that. And some of it will be for some baked cheese that I'm going to make for a side dish. And that's what's going on here. Hope everything is good with you. Wow. Yep, just as always, said it before, I'm going to say it again. It's doing the working and the thinking. That wears a guy out more than anything. Things would be a lot easier if I could do just one or the other. But nope. Got to work and think. Is that just me doing the working and the thinking? Or is there other people that do that? Ralph? Felix? Josh? I mean, do you do that too? Doug? Do you do the working and the thinking? Same with you, Shar? Yeah. I didn't want to know if it's just me. Well, I mean, I'd hate to think that I'm the only one that does, that gets wore out from doing the working and the thinking.
Yeah.
So, probably nobody. It's just me. That's what I thought. Well, it's okay. If you guys want to play it that way, go right ahead.
Not just you, Josh says.
Oh, thank you, Josh. I really thought I was done for. I can see the headlines now. No, I couldn't. I'm just playing. Oh boy.
Ralph says I mostly do the thinking and watch someone else do the working. Otherwise I wouldn't be me thinking.
I see. Well, there's been a lot of occasions where I've had to work and think at the same time.
Doug says that he doesn't do any work.
He doesn't do any work, okay. So I guess he just does.
Doug says he doesn't do any work and he thinks even less.
Doesn't do any work and he thinks even less. Wow. That's funny. Oh boy.
Steve's asking how the weather's been in our area.
Steve, it's been really nice. I mean, it's springtime finally. We're past the point of where we're going to get any more freezes or anything. So, you know, the trees are all full of leaves and it's spring. You know, spring flowers, you know, the lilacs and other stuff, just going for it. So it's great, is what it is. We've had a little bit of rain here and there, and that's perfect. I hope we get that all summer.
Yeah.
You know, where we, you know, have like an afternoon thunderstorm 3-4 times a week. That would be great. You know, or a decent rain a couple nights a week.
It's gonna rain the next 2 days here, but.
Yep. Well, no, it says it's gonna rain here for the next 2 days. I don't believe it. The weather here, yeah, I believe it when I see it. That's as far as that goes. Oh, and I heard from cousin Cletus. For those of you that are that have been asking about him, I talked to him. I guess he's going to come around here pretty quick, and I've decided that I'll probably just have a nice little sit down interview with him for the benefit of you guys. So just wanted to mention that cousin Cletus, you know, coming back to Colorado. Yeah, maybe he'll fill us in on where he's been and what's going on. So we'll see. Just wanted to mention that. What else? Nothing really. No, it's pretty boring here, actually. Well, I guess it's not particularly boring. It's just nothing really to make much conversation about.
Ralph says that they only get thunderstorms 2 to 3 times a year if they're lucky.
Wow. You know, we get them more often than that, which is pretty good. But then again, you're not too far from the coastline, so you know, I don't know how that affects weather, but that's not, you know, I never went to meteor school. Meteor school. I thought that was pretty good. We got these cameras for just to keep track of what goes on around our house, and they sure let you know.
Yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm. Motion detector, you know, so we got one that looks at the road out in front of us. So this time of year, you know, the traffic is like, what, 10 times more than what it is in the winter.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of notifications. I do have a way to fix that, but just something to blab about for a moment. Still got 16 minutes for that. And these aren't going to take long. Ugh. Alright, I'm going to just put a cup of this cheese on top of that hash. Okay. Not right now, but, you know, here in a little while. Alright, so that's most of that block of cheese in there.
Ralph says the wind sets off their cameras a lot.
Yep. Yeah, it does the same thing where we got the one in the back. The lilac bushes that we have back there, the wind start getting them going. So that's about 2 tablespoons of flour. Doesn't take much. Alright. I'm going to mix this in. Alright. So start making a few little piles here. See if I can get a half a dozen on here, maybe. These are going to go into the oven for, I don't know, it just kind of depends how long it takes. It somewhere between, I'd say 3 to 5 minutes for that cheese to melt down, bubble, and get really crispy. Then you pull them out and let them cool down, and it's just a yummy cheese cracker. I've been looking for, I know they make this, it's like a salt that you shake on top of popcorn. It's a jalapeno flavored, and I would love to sprinkle some of that on top of these.
Yeah.
So I'll have to see if I can find it next time I go to Walmart. We'll see. See if they have some. 13 minutes, so it's a little, well, I want a little time. Let them cool down some. All right. I'm gonna let that start doing its thing. I got 13 minutes, so, or 12 minutes. So I'll give it to like maybe 9 minutes, and I'll look at it.
Jim Rockford, do you ever eat fast food?
Jim Rockford. Welcome, Jim. I don't think I recognize the name, but thanks for joining the old guy in Colorado. And I do. I eat fast food. I review it every once in a while. But the thing is, we don't live anywhere near like a big city that's a big enough city that has any kind of fast food. About 40 miles till we even get to a stoplight.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's there's there's literally nothing in town except for a closed down mine and the water district that we pay our water bill at, and that's it in this town.
Yeah.
So
Post office.
yep. So, but I do review fast foods not all the time. Sometimes I'm just not interested. Like a lot of the ones from Arby's. I might try these new barbecue ones. I don't know, but I'm not going to eat one of their burgers. I tried their Wagyu burger twice, and I threw them out both times. They're not set up for that kind of food, a burger. I don't know if you know or not, but they cook them in the fryer along with the fries and the fish and chicken, whatever else they cook in it. So I do draw my limits, just like McDonald's. I don't review McDonald's anymore. Well, sure. First of all, it's way too much money for too little food, and the quality for McDonald's to me is just bottom of the list for tasty fast food. I don't know. Boy, that was a long way around a yes. I think one of the last fast foods I reviewed was Taco Bell, I believe. Missed their crunchy burrito thing. Yeah, so we tried it, but I didn't review it that time. And then the next time we went to that town, the special was over. It was something new. So. But the fact that they're doing that, Taco Bell is doing these chicken nugget things, whatever, doesn't surprise me because the same company that has Taco Bell has KFC, A&W's. I can't remember. I think they have Long John Silver's. It's a bunch of them, so it doesn't surprise me that every once in a while they'll run a special using chicken or whatever from one of their other companies. It does not surprise me. And so I was happy with the last chicken from Taco Bell. Those the wings, they were pretty good. Not too bad. 8 minutes.
You gonna try the nuggets?
Not quite. Say what?
Are you gonna try the nuggets?
Yeah, I'll try them if they still have them next time we go, which shouldn't be long. It's only maybe a couple of days, but we'll see. There's been a couple of times where we've been there, and I probably could have gotten it, but I was not interested in having to wait through the lunch hour traffic, and that just when we happen to be there. So, we're not going to wait 30 minutes in a line at Taco Bell to get something just to review. No.
Steve wants to know, do you have any food challenges in mind?
Well, there's another one coming up from, I think we're going to call ourselves the Foolish Four. Myself, Destin Goblin, Tim Nate and the Wild Man, and Sean in the Pack. I've been doing these different food challenges. There's no winner in these. Nobody wins. But we get to challenge each other, and I think it's probably okay for me to let the cat out of the bag, so to speak. The next challenge will be, I don't know when, but what it'll be is I guess the best way to put it would be a sardine chocolate chip cookie sandwich with whipped cream, ketchup, and mayonnaise, or mustard if you prefer. So that should be pretty disgusting. Chocolate chocolate chip cookie sardine sandwich. Like I said, there's no winners on these. It's everybody loses.
Corey's Comedy Channel.
No, Mr. Corey.
I was at the fast food restaurant the other day. I ordered a number 1, and 15 minutes later, I felt like number 2.
I've done that. That's why I always carry extra tissues. You never can tell when something like that's going to happen. So,
He says, "Good to see you guys."
yeah, it's good to see you as well. Yeah, I was enjoying watching your streams there. I'm usually not like watching YouTube a whole lot. A lot of times when you are on, have your streams. So it's not avoidance. It's just poor timing on my part, I guess. Let's see. I'm looking at cheese I'm melting in the oven for these cheese crisps. Yummy. Got Texas hash in the oven with 5 minutes left on the clock. I'll give it a stir. Let's see if it's done. If it is, I'm going to throw this cup of shredded cheese on there and put it back in and let it melt. And that's where that kick is. And hopefully I don't want to say fancy, just semi-decorated chocolate cream pie for dessert. We'll see.
He says it's all good, OGAs.
And for those of you that are interested or have been watching or whatever, there's this last week, or no, I guess it was this week, 2 days ago, the next episode or the next part of Myers Crossing was posted on the Old Guy Radio Players, so keep a lookout for that. And next week will be another episode of Mason Jennings, so we're keeping those rolling.
So Char says, why don't you add a dill pickle to your challenge and make it more disgusting? I won't watch it anyway.
You know what, Char? There are pickles on it now that you mention it. I believe he said the pickles too, and a slice of onion. So yeah, there's pickles. But thank you for looking out for us. No, I'm not kidding you. When you said that, it reminded me. Yeah, it was this onion slice, some pickles, your choice of condiments on the bottom or top of the cookie, like ketchup or mustard or mayonnaise, whatever you like, and then whipped cream somewhere in between the sandwiches. So that whipped cream is just going to go.
Yep.
It's going to make a big, disgusting mess, but that's okay. We are the foolish four. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Grab a shade of paper. A shade of paper. Get in there. Never know when the dogs are going to want to attack you. So these are just going to pop off here. Just like a cheese cookie. Make a few more piles.
Corey says, what's yellow and green? It smells like vinegar.
My mama's foot.
Green Bay pickles.
Green Bay pickles. Nice. All right, let's pile this on here. For those of you that didn't see, this is just some shredded cheddar and a little bit of flour dusted in. And that's it. Put these in the oven.
Eli, what did I miss?
Eli, what's happening? You missed everything. You're late. What's wrong with you? Oh, man. We're just having some Texas hash here, buddy.
Corey says, that's comedy.
Leave that in there for a moment. Let's see here. Looks nice. Looks good. Let me give it a little bite just to see how well that rice is cooked, if at all. No. Turn it back on. It's delicious, but it's not cooked.
Oh.
Needs a little more time.
Eli says the time change always throws him off.
Ah, yeah, I bet. Well, it's just better. It's just easier for me. The earlier I eat in the day, the better off I am. So that was the major reason for the change. All right. These, if you can see these. This is okay. Take a look. Can you see that? Very well. Look at the cheese. It's super crispy, crunchy. If you've ever bought those little cheese snacks, they're a wheel about yay big around, you know, yay thick. They're a lot like that. Only it's just the cheese and a little bit of flour. You don't even need to put that in. You can do it just cheese itself. I'm sure you've done it. Yeah, have a little bit of cheese on the pan after making pizza. You know, you pull it off, it's all crispy and delicious. Or the crusty side of the cheese on a pan of lasagna. Yeah. So let's set the timer for another 10 minutes. That's okay. Maybe I'll make that whipped cream. Get the pie done. That's what I'm gonna do, by golly.
Eli said that he made some grilled chicken thighs marinated in spiced yogurt marinade. It was excellent.
It sounds good. We'll be doing a grilled chicken next week.
Yeah.
New York Spideys, which is pretty much a chicken kebab sandwich. Come on. Boy. Nuclear plastic they're using nowadays. Alright. I'm going to give you guys the headset warning right now. This will be running for a few, so just keep that in mind. If you got a headset on, you might want to turn your volume down. Be warned. Let's get the whisk attachment on here. Come on. Alright, guys. Be warned, here comes the noise. Face the Ace! Happy Saturday! Hope things are going well for you out in Pennsylvania, right? I think, isn't that where you're from, Pennsylvania? Hope you're having a good springtime. Really nice here, spring-wise. So, I'm whipping some cream, that's why it's noisy. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm not speaking over the volume of that. Enough where you can hear me. I mean, I could get this thing cranking faster, but it'd be noisier yet. So, alright, let me know. We're getting pretty close.
Yeah, what's next? You're gonna do a cheesecake?
Cheesecake? Well, I have done a million cheesecakes. I could put cheesecake on the dessert call if you want. Put it up for a vote next week. Cheesecake, I mean, you might as well do that as anything else.
You're not doing it.
Well, yeah, but if I do it on have a just dessert Friday, then I have a dessert that I don't have to worry about. Next week I'm going to be grilling outside, so.
Carol said yes.
Say what?
Carol said yes. Put it on the.
Okay. What am I putting on?
Cheesecake
Okay.
next week.
Alright. Is there any particular kind of cheesecake, or can just a regular cheesecake be alright? Maybe I'll make a topping for it. Just wondering.
That's awesome.
There's no guarantee, though, if I put it up for vote, that cheesecake will win. So be sure to vote.
Yep.
And I'll get it up for vote tonight.
He says nice kitchen.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I built these cabinets because there were no cabinets in here. None. But then again, this was 2 different rooms. There was a wall kind of about here, and our stove was on this side of that wall, and then there was no counter space at all, 0. If you wanted to do anything that required any kind of space, it was done on the kitchen table. So, and that was really too small also, so. But thank you, I appreciate that. Alright, I didn't give you another warning, I'm sorry. I'm gonna use this again. Let's get this whipped cream whipped, shall we? A little bit of vanilla. want to make sure this is thick enough to use my piping bag. I'm trying to make up for yesterday not having my Just Dessert Friday. For those of you that are new, on a lot of times the desserts that I put up for vote, can't make them. Like, I can't make it on my stream while I'm cooking dinner. So I started doing those on Friday night. That's all I do, just the dessert. So if it takes me an hour, it takes me an hour. If it takes me half hour, it takes me half hour, although I didn't do that yesterday.
Rose, you want your pie?
Whoa. Yeah, just a minute. Let me get this loaded. Using my bag. Hopefully I got it firm enough to where it'll pipe for me. If not, it's just going to be a big floppy mess. And oh well. Never said I was any kind of decorator, that's for sure. We'll see how far this whipped cream goes. Just about got it, by golly. Hey, by golly, by gum. For those of you that are new, I have my other channel, The Old Guy Radio Players, where I have myself and a very talented group of actors are doing 1940s style radio shows. So if you like that kind of thing, where it's an audio experience, not a video experience, check it on out. That is The Old Guy Radio Players. Alright, let me see that pie. Chocolate pie was the winner this week. Thank you. Chocolate pie.
Corey said I might get in trouble for hiding my ex-wife's kitchen utensils, but that's the risk I'm willing to take.
That's a risk you're willing to take. All right, we'll see how this works. I am not good at this. But as to try and make up for my not having my Just Dessert Friday. Oh no. I forgot about my cheese. Oh, it looks beautiful. And that can wait a minute. Okay, hopefully this looks halfway decent when I'm done. I don't know, guys. It's not very straight, that's for sure. Yeah. Well, I get an E for effort, I think. That's about it, though. Any other kind of grade's going to get an F. We'll see. I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Almost. Almost. All right. Set this in the fridge. Let it stay cold. I'll walk this up to the camera and you can tell me.
Looks good.
Can you see that okay?
Yeah.
It's not out of focus?
No, it looks pretty good.
Yeah. Give it a little turn. Okay, so yeah, decorating class. Yeah, I guess I was out that day. Nope. Those aren't cooked enough. They're not crispy. But let's check out the hash. That's better. All right, that looks great. So let's add this cup of cheese. Kind of toss this around a little bit. Nope. We'll leave that uncovered. Back in the oven for just a few minutes. We'll let that melt that cheese. Yum.
Yeah,
Smells pretty good.
it does.
All right. Working and thinking. No wonder I'm always so wore out.
What do you have if you've got 10 pies in one hand and 12 pies in the other hand?
Big hands.
Very big hand. Eli says, have you ever made rhubarb cheesecake?
Well, that's kind of a yes and no, Eli. I've made a cheesecake with rhubarb, like sauce to pour over the top. Had some nice chunks of rhubarb and stuff. But I've never actually made one with it like swirled in or something. It sounds like it'd be good though. I mean, just as good as it is with the sauce.
Yeah. Corey says that's funny.
All right, those are done. We're just waiting on that that cheese to finish frying up, and the cheese on the keep wanting to call it casserole. Hash, Texas hash. I was surprised, to be honest, when I looked at what goes in Texas hash. I figured there'd be potatoes and, like, I don't know, chopped brisket and, you know, a bunch of stuff, you know, some jalapenos and stuff like that. But it's pretty much just
Pretty simple.
it's pretty simple, just a little different version of stuffed peppers, kind of, really.
I want an OG barbecue sauce cheesecake, LOL.
Yeah, I don't know how good that would be.
That would be nice. He goes, and Corey says, I like that, Tom, working and thinking. I may have to use that line.
Yeah, well, it'll wear you out, buddy. Yep, yep. Say it all the time because it's the truth. Doing the working and the drinking. The working and the drinking will screw you up too. Yikes. And those. Well, I made the mistake of shutting the oven off, so I'm not sure. I'm sure it was still pretty warm in there, but I want these last 4 cheese crisps to be crisp.
Yep.
I know an actor that's pretty crispy. Well, I don't personally know him, but I've heard of him. Crispin Glover. He's a good actor too, by the way. If you've never seen Ed and Ruben, what a bizarre movie that is. Bizarre is just about the only way to explain it. How we doing here?
Here's this thing.
What's that? Oh yeah, spin thingy. That looks good. And I'll bet this cheese is melted on this.
Eli
sure
says
is.
the working and the drinking will have you fired and a thinker. LOL.
Yeah. Well, see, you already thought while you were drinking, you thought that you could go to work drunk. See, and that's still doing the working and the thinking. So no matter how you slice it, it's like putting frosting on a dog turd. It's still a dog turd. Much better. All right. You can make those in the microwave too, real quick. Okay. Let's scoop out some of this stuff.
Some of this stuff. Huh?
Yeah. Some of this here stuff in here. Couple nice spoons here for you. Let's get that back up on top.
Corey says my ex-wife's cooking was so bad I bought her an oven that flushes.
That's pretty good. My first wife was a pretty bad cook. She used to make what I called Civil War steak because it was always blue on one side and gray on the other. Give you this smaller spoon. Let these guys take a look at the hash, and I'll give you a couple of these.
Yeah, I get a rim shot.
Can you see that okay?
Yeah.
Texas ash. You can see the peppers.
Yeah, pull it out a little bit further. There you go. That might be a little better.
You can see these cheese crisp, and they are very crispy. Very delicious. There you go. I didn't grab any salt or pepper, so I don't know if you're going to want more or whatever. I don't mind sprinkling a little black pepper on top of these cheese crisps. Okay. Let's try this first cheesy bite. It's hot. It just came out of the oven.
Mm-hmm. Tastes just great. Salt's just right. It doesn't need it, but I could put some black pepper on it. But it doesn't need it. I kind of find that surprising. Usually, I tend to undersalt things.
Corey says looks good. Eli says, what's the protein?
Ground beef.
Steve says looks good.
That's not too bad at all. Now it's great here. Did you hear that? Yummy. This would hold up to any kind of dip, I would think. Well, strap my face to the side of a hog and roll me in mud. Right there's some right tasty Texas hay. Woo-wee! Wow. Flavor wise, I really don't get much of a difference between this and a stuffed bell pepper because of the peppers that are in it, the rice, the tomatoes.
Yep.
Even the spices still remind me of stuffed bell pepper. It's really good.
So Eli wants to know, do you think it would be possible to make a cornbread cheese crisp hybrid?
Sure. You could absolutely do that. Johnny cakes, if it's just pretty much water, corn flour, and salt. So I would use, you might have to play with it a little bit, but I would use 3-to-1 cheese to the corn. So, make a little Johnny cake type shape, but have it all mixed in, the cheese, the salt, mixed into your moistened Johnny cake. I think it's equal parts water to the corn. I'm not sure. Did you ever make those savory cannolis? You challenged me to make them. I want to know if you did too. Because they were really, really good. A bit difficult to cut to portion, but they were just delicious.
Eli says I might have to try and make that and add some jalapenos.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Any kind of hot pepper you want, actually. Habaneros, some Fresnos, Serranos.
He says I made no cannolis, LOL.
For those of you that don't know, Eli challenged me to make a savory cannoli. So I made a shell out of Parmesan cheese and then used cream cheese and some Southwest spices or Western spices, whatever, chilies and jalapeno and stuff like that. And used that to fill the cannoli, and that was super. Super!
That did turn out good.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff here. For the new folks, if you're still hanging out, I have a basket that I'll be grabbing here in just a minute. Every week, well, hopefully every week, sometimes I forget, I draw a name and the dinner that was suggested out of the basket. And so if there's something you'd like to see me make or try, that's a favorite of yours or something, just let us know in the chat here. Mrs. Old Guy will write it down and we'll put it in the basket immediately. And that way everybody's guess, whether it was 6 months or a request, whether it was 6 months ago or today, everybody has an equal chance. So just wanted to mention that.
Eli said it was a big oh no. I'm not good at making cannolis.
I had never had a cannoli until I made one. So I still have yet to go to like an Italian bakery or somewhere that actually makes cannoli. And I believe one is called a cannoli. Cannoli is their way of saying more than one. Instead of cannolis, it's just cannoli. More than one. But I was super happy with how they tasted. They were delicious. And I've made them a bunch of times since then. Yes, I have. I'm using my homemade mascarpone cheese for the filling. Oh, buddy. That was pretty tasty. Pretty tasty indeed. We got a little bit of time, so I'm going to go ahead and we'll get my fancy basket of fate here. Maybe that's what I should call it now. The fancy basket of fate. Built with the utmost care and the finest materials. Mixed it up. Turn that around here. All right. So next week is Spidey, New York Spideys,
Yep.
which is a sandwich. We'll be doing it outside. All right. Let's reach in here and grab a paper. Coming up in 2 weeks, we have one from the Wild Man. And this is one of these ones that make me happy that I get these requests. This is super simple, super easy, but absolutely delicious
French toast, and bacon. And I'm going to add the bacon. We'll put another side on. I mean, it goes without saying to have some bacon. So, that sounds good. I wouldn't mind that a bit. All right, I imagine this rack is well cooled down. Put it back into the oven. What do you think, guys? Should I get some dessert rolling? I guess. Nothing else to do. I mean,
One second.
well, wait. I could do another one of these. Cheese. A little bit of salt.
Corey says, fun stuff, guys. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, Corey. I appreciate it.
And Eli says, the rotisserie of destiny.
The rotisserie of destiny, yes. I'm going to ask you guys again, if you are subscribed here, please go over and hit the sub button at the Old Guy Radio Players. I certainly would appreciate that. Been thinking about getting a podcast going, so I'll be keeping you updated on that. Yum. I shouldn't, but
Steve says, is that turkey soup suggestion in there? I wouldn't blame you if you threw it away.
what suggestion?
Turkey soup.
Turkey soup. It's probably in there. I haven't. I wouldn't throw it away. Now I would just try to change something. Like it wouldn't. But turkey soup. That's not an issue. But I got an issue. Somebody, I can't remember who it was. Somebody requested a lobster poor boy. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I had to substitute something else because I can't. I'm not going to run out and buy lobster. All right. Let's have some cake.
Okay.
Then I got pie in front of me. Did you save your eating utensil?
Right there.
So that would be a yes.
Eli says, those cheese crisps with some buffalo chicken topping.
Oh, heck yeah. Okay. As long as I don't dump it on the floor. Pie. I don't know if you can see that okay.
Yeah, pretty well.
There's pie. Chocolate pie. Always been one of my favorites. Blueberry pie was also a favorite. Rhubarb pie. Now this right here
This tastes just exactly like a chocolate pie. It's got a chocolate-like flavor. Even though I didn't put chocolate in it, I put in cocoa. So has anybody got anything special or something coming up this next week? Birthdays, anniversaries, celebrations of any kind? We've got our anniversary coming up in a couple of weeks or so. How many now? 32? 32 years. They say marriage is a wonderful institution. Yeah, it's great if you want to be institutionalized your whole life. I'll never forget the day we were married. Not that I haven't tried. I'm going to get myself in trouble, guys. Bring out Wifezilla. I don't like to do that.
Corey says, well, strap my face to the side of a hog and roll me in mud. That's right, there's some good pie.
That's right. Well, this chocolate pie tastes like chocolate, even though we made it with cocoa. Never figured out how he could do that.
Turned out good.
A good pie.
Eli says that you could go for some salted watermelon. Steve says 32 years. Congrats, guys.
Thank you.
It's actually 34 because we were together for 2 years before we got married. But
Yeah.
he says that's another good line. Thanks, Tom. Corey did.
Well, you're welcome. It's all in the wrist. Oh, I plotched. Chocolate pie. And my water bottle's dry. Oh. The pain, the suffering. Now I'm going to have to stand up and walk all the way across the kitchen. Open the refrigerator. Reach way down and grab a bottle of water. Shut the refrigerator door again, and then we'll have to walk all the way back here to the table. Sometimes it's just more than I can take.
Corey says that's what I call a sudden burst of gravity.
Yeah, sudden burst of gravity. I've had to grab things. Never mind. Wouldn't be appropriate.
See, I mean, oh,
Eli says I gotta work on a Saturday night. Grr.
oh, that's unfortunate, Eli.
Doesn't happen all the time, does it? Or does it? I don't know. I don't know your schedule. I don't even know mine. So we are all set to do some more recording coming up the end of the month. So I've been doing more writing with Georgia Pudgy, Myers Crossing, Mason Jennings. So more adventures yet to come. Yeah. I usually don't end up writing till the evening just because it's so nice outside during the day. I want to be outside doing stuff instead of sitting at my desk all day.
Corey says, you know you're getting old when you're getting up and go has got up and went.
Oh, it did that a long time ago. I think Aerosmith said something about having your get up and go. Must have got up and went.
And Eli said everything has gotten so expensive he had to pick up some extra shifts.
Well, I'm sorry, man. That sucks. Yeah, you're right about that. Things are, man, no time. Don't tell them what time will bring, though. So. We still have a few minutes, so if you guys got any ridiculous questions, I might have a stupid answer for, and I'm always willing to take some more dinner requests. So feel free to use this time to do that, and if not, well, that's okay too. I'll just have to sit here and keep blabbing. It doesn't really matter. So.
Steve says, how's the solar energy been?
Great. It's usually about this time of year when we start creating more energy than we use, and we'll watch that meter run backwards. We're almost there now. When they get cranking real good, we still have a bill that comes from the electric company, but it's just to keep the connection. So it's like $30 or something to keep the connection going. But that's it as far as an electric bill.
Yep.
We did pretty good last summer. We banked enough energy to where we didn't have an electric bill until January of this year, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, and it's just about to that point because this month's was really low too.
Yeah, this month was like $10 over their service fee. So.
Corey said fish heads and rotten rice sounds good. That's comedy.
Yeah, well, so if you think that's funny, then you should join this. We're calling ourselves the Foolish Four. Myself, Destin Goblin, Nate, Tim, Nate, Wildman. Nate, Tim, and the Wildman, and Sean and the Pack, doing ridiculous food challenges. And this next one will be a sardine chocolate chip cookie sandwich. So it's your favorite condiment on the bottom of a cookie, right? the flat side, and ketchup, mustard, mayo, whatever you like. Can of sardines, slice of onion, some pickles, and a nice dollop of whipped cream, and then the top cookie. So that should be spectacularly disgusting. We've had some pretty good ones. Let's see, we had the Vienna sausage vanilla milkshake. That wasn't good. Then after that, it was the Hell Witch, which was chicken liver. Boy, I can't remember everything disgusting that was in that, but that was disgusting. And then recently we had the deviled eggs that were pickled eggs, and the yolks were deviled with peanut butter jelly and pickle relish. And those were pretty bad. Those were really bad. I almost hated that worse than the chicken liver one. It was, chicken liver, goat cheese. What else was it?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Peanut butter, maybe. I don't remember everything. It wasn't a good sandwich. I mean, well, you're not going to find that on a menu in New York.
Eli says that he's just hoping that this year is not hot enough to melt the cacti.
Well, yeah, I hope not too. I know you guys had a brutal summer last year, so hopefully it won't be quite as bad. Don't know, but we'll see.
Steve says, can you toss a blank piece of paper in that drum and pick what you want?
I kind of did that. I think in last month I went through and I picked my top 5 things that I've made on the live stream. So every now and then I'll just call it a wild card, and old guy will just have whatever I want. Otherwise I'll just pick it out, because there's no sense in putting a blank piece of paper in. I'll just I'll just say, nope, I'm gonna make this because I want to. But most of the time I draw it from the drum. Draw it from the drum.
Eli says, have a good one. All got to go.
Eli, have a great weekend. Have a great week. Hope to see you next Saturday. We'll be outside, weather permitting. So, hope we see you then. In the meantime, take care of yourself. All right? Wouldn't want anything to happen to you. So, or any one of you for that matter. Still got a few minutes left, and all I got to do is blab. Blab, 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 blab. An empty head and a full mouth. So, nothing of any worth is going to come out of my mouth.
Corey says, thanks for letting me tell the jokes.
Well, yeah, you're anytime you want to come over and crack one off, well, you just go right ahead. And just don't forget to leave a quarter on the back of the tank. 50 cents if you're using TP. That didn't make any sense. And if it did, I'm sorry, because it wasn't meant to. I'm wrong. It did make sense, and it did have an intent and a purpose. I'm trying to make extra money, okay?
Steve wants to know what we're making next week. What you're making next week.
Spidey, New York Spideys. It's a sandwich, like it looks to me like a kebab chicken. that grilled up and then served on a hoagie roll, so it's a sandwich of sorts. That's why I figured it would be a good thing, another good reason to go out and have the stream in my backyard where it's beautiful and nice, and I get to enjoy just that much more of the day outside.
Ralph says lots of people here complaining about the new bike lane safety improvements.
Bike lane safety improvements. Okay, what are they doing? Why are they complaining about safety? I guess I don't know what you guys got there, so it's all new to me. Like turn signals or stop signs.
Corey says if you got two flies in the bathroom, which one is the army fly?
Oh boy, just tell me. I got
the one on the tank.
the one on the tank. Oh, jeez.
Scott says, I know you're wrapping up, but wanted to say hello.
Oh, Scott? Hey, I mean, yeah, we got another 5 minutes or so, you can say more than hello. I mean, you've been here, right?
Steve says, I like your
Scott.
your backyard setup.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I like it too. It's, it's comfortable out there where I chose to build our little fire pit area. It is shady all day long. From about noon till sunset.
Yeah.
A little bit of sun will come through when it starts getting real late evening, but for the most part, it just stays shady back there. So it's really nice on a hot day or something when we want to be outside. We just sit in the shade, bring out some music and have lunch or something.
Ralph said that there are big concrete blocks between the bike lane and the car lane, and there's already been crashes, popped tires, and emergency vehicles can't get through.
By people running into the concrete barrier with their bikes. I guess I could see that. If you're not paying attention or something happens, a lot of things could happen. Yeah. So yeah, well, I guess either way, things can happen. Without it, a car could veer off and cream you. Yeah, so it's hard to say what. The thing is, there's no such thing as the common good, because there are so many different wants and needs. It's almost impossible to have something the common good. Just saying. Just like the absolute truth. The absolute truth is there's no such thing as the absolute truth.
Scott says, LOL, I can say more. How did the dinner turn out? I had training all morning.
Oh, dinner turned out good. It was really good. It didn't taste a whole lot different to me than a stuffed green bell pepper, but it was delicious. So we chowed it right on down. There might be enough for one of us to have some for lunch tomorrow. So turned out really good. And I made these crispy cheese crackers to go with. They turned out really good. And it's just cheese with a little flour dusted on it. Melted into a cookie.
Ralph says it's so bad that people have to put their rubbish in the recycle bins and in the bike lanes just so the trucks can come and collect them.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, that's not a great idea. To obstruct the bike lane. That's. Yeah.
Nate, Tim, and Wildman.
Hey guys, Nate, Tim, Wildman. If you're there, if you're listening, if not, you can let him know that I drew his name today. So week after next, his request of French toast and bacon. Bam! Right there, right in front of your face.
Corey says who's going to do the dishes?
I wash the dishes. I do.
Yes.
I wash the dishes. That's. Yep. I clean the bathroom. Sometimes I do laundry. I draw the line at washing the windows, though. Man's got to take a stance somewhere. Man's got to know his limitations.
Cheryl sent a message, happy anniversary, and today is her son's 43rd birthday.
Well, happy birthday to Charlie. And thank you, Char. Appreciate that. Yep, the 29th. And it's funny, the year we got married, I had no idea that it would be the holiday weekend. It just never occurred to me. So when we went to California, we decided to go to Disneyland. And because it was Memorial Weekend, oh boy, was it ever packed. Holy smokes. It was hugely packed. But things went really good. So, I mean, it was a really good time. But it was just a lot. I had just no idea that it never even occurred to me that it would be a holiday weekend.
Wild Man says, heck yeah, brother.
Outstanding. Outstanding, yes. I know, so I'll be sure to put out a decent list of side dishes. I mean, the bacon is automatic. I mean, even if it just said French toast, it would still be bacon. The fact that it says bacon just makes it a little more official, but, you know.
Corey says, do you know why women have smaller feet than men?
I know, but I'm afraid to say. I could get in trouble. You're sitting at home, go ahead, you tell her.
You did.
Okay. What's here?
So they can stand closer to the kitchen sink.
Okay. You know why fellas like to have their brides dressed in white? Because they want the dishwasher to match the washing machine. No, the refrigerator. See, I'm all screwed up.
Steve has a request.
Good. What is it?
Chopped Italian hoagie rolls.
Hoagie rolls. Chopped Italian hoagie rolls. Okay. Oh, and we made it to the 4 o'clock hour.
And Scott says, I try to clean as I cook and end up with very little mess.
I do that too. I try to, anyway. It doesn't always happen, but I try to clean up as I go. And a lot of times I try to clean up right after I eat, too. Dishes are easier to wash, and it's always nice to walk into a clean kitchen. Instead of, there's been times, though, where I've tore the kitchen apart and it stayed that way till Wednesday. And by then, there's so many dirty dishes that we have to do them because there's nothing left clean to eat on. No silverware left in the drawer. All the plates gone. All the cups used. So
He says he went to Gatlinburg a few years ago during the 4th of July. Never again.
No, too busy, I'll bet.
Let's see request.
Okay. Well, guys, I'm going to throw this in and then we're going to call it a day.
Ralph says a family member went to see Disneyland in Japan this week, but didn't think much of it.
Yep. Yeah, I wouldn't go back now. When we went, it was reasonably priced and not so stupid as they are now, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
So Steve says pan sear the chopped meats for the rolls.
Okay, well, I'll look and see what we got. We got to get it drawn first, so once I draw the request, then we'll cross the next bridge. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. We're a little bit over. That's okay. Went from having too much time to going over. Just like that. That. That's better. Ooh, that one works real nice. Okay, guys, have a great week. I hope everybody has a safe week. And do me a favor, get out and give back to your community somehow, okay? Any way you can, even if it's helping out a neighbor mow their lawn or just something, all right? I'll see you next Saturday. Goodbye. Yep.